Now, we have just received a clip of Jeremy Corbyn, who's been interviewed in Brussels. He is there, of course, as is the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Theresa May certainly heading there for that important meeting with other EU leaders today in Brussels. Under pressure, of course, from Brexiteers at home who are urging her to potentially say to other EU leaders, if they're not prepared to move forward with trade talks, that the UK is prepared to walk away without a deal. So let's hear then from Jeremy Corbyn, this interview just coming into us from Brussels.
We're here to meet Labour members of the European Parliament. We're meeting the Prime Ministers of Sweden and Italy. We're having an hour with Michel Barnier this afternoon, and I'm meeting the President of the European Parliament. We're here to make sure that negotiations get on track, that we defend jobs in Britain, and that we make sure there is a trade access to Europe in the future. We have to defend our jobs in Britain, and we have to have a trade relationship with Europe. We don't need to be threatening Europe with an offshore tax haven.
But will you be supporting or undermining the Prime Minister's stance in these tough negotiations?
We're here to support the interests of the people of Britain in our negotiations with Europe. The Prime Minister seems to have managed to upset just about everybody and have a warring cabinet around her. It's up to her to get the negotiations back on track. We cannot countenance the idea that we just rush headlong into no deal with Europe. No deal with Europe would be very dangerous for employment and jobs in Britain.
But do you completely rule out the idea that there could be no deal? Does that not just give all the negotiating power to Brussels?
The idea of no deal would mean that World Trade Organization rules would be implemented straight away in March 2019, would be catastrophic for manufacturing industry jobs, and we would have real problems all through the economy. I don't want to see that. I want to see an agreement being reached. That is why we're here. That's why we're doing our best to ensure that agreement can be reached, and I believe it can be reached. We have to recognise the seriousness of the situation and the chaos in which our government is operating at the present time, and it's a chaos of their own making.
Jeremy Corbyn in Brussels saying that no deal with Europe would be very dangerous. And of course, we'll be bringing you all the build-up to that key summit throughout the day here on BBC News.